What's up, YouTube? My name is Batman, and the ultimate goal of this channel, for me, is to bring you, the viewer, whoever you may be, something that you can, each video brings you something that you can take back to the game itself, whether it's Call of Duty, or Battlefield, Halo, whatever. And ultimately that comes from my ideology, however you pronounce that word, that games are more than just games. I know a lot of people will say, it's just a game, but I think, particularly for those of us that get involved in YouTube, obviously gaming has become something more than just a game. I mean, it's a pastime, it's a hobby. But to say, it's just a game, it's just, jokes and nonsense and nothing involved with it really matters is sort of silly, I think. For gamers that are serious about gaming, not necessarily like they want to do something huge with it in their lives or they want it to be anything more than a game, but for people who consistently resort to games as a pastime, as a hobby, as something fun to do, it is more serious than just a playful thing that you can take it or leave it. It's an escape from reality, and every human being on the face of the planet Earth has their own escape from reality, right? Whether it's drugs or alcohol or going to the gym and getting a good workout or a good book or overdosing on vitamin C pills, I don't know, whatever it may be. Everyone needs their escape from reality, and gaming is like the best escape from reality, I think. And that's not necessarily true for everyone who plays video games. Some people play video games and it really is just a game. It's like Monopoly. Take it or leave it, whatever, bigger things in their lives. But for a lot of people, and I think especially for people who, I don't know what the proper term would be, but for who take it to the point where they, enjoy watching videos of their favorite games on YouTube, who enjoy talking about their games on YouTube, and, get involved in the game past that sort of face value entertainment, sort of get their higher thought involved. I think it's worthwhile to, get better at the game, to improve your gaming experience, to get more out of the gaming experience. And so ultimately that's what these videos are about, and that's what they'll be about. And that's why I started watching YouTube, personally. And for me, it feels like lately, I've been watching YouTube videos for about 2 years consistently, and for me lately it feels like they've strayed way far away from tips and tricks and getting better at the game and explaining the game and finding new ways to play the game, and they've sort of dived into these sort of stories about people's lives. I've watched all the big YouTubers. I've been a big fan of all of them. The first person I ever watched was Wings of Redemption. He was my favorite. I know he's pissed a lot of people off, but I liked him because, in the beginning, all he did was solid tips and tricks about how to be better at the game, and he had these strategies that he used, and they weren't, he wasn't the best player in the world, but he had these strategies that he used that anyone could incorporate into their game, and they worked, and I got a lot better because of it. And I remember that's when I really fell in love with YouTube. And so with that in mind, let's talk Black Ops 2. The one thing I've sort of settled on in this game so far is that the dogs swarm combination, I'm sure, if you watch other YouTubers, you've seen it many times now across YouTube, that when you release those things at the same time, it wins games, period. I play solo a lot, which means I end up, in the beginning of games, I'll usually be on the losing side. I don't know what it is. I know they incorporated matchmaking, or not matchmaking, they incorporated skill-based matchmaking in this game, but I believe there's always been a certain level of, not necessarily like they match you up with somebody of the same skill, but I know in Black Ops 1, it was rumored, I don't know if it was ever proven, that they would try to match up, kill whores with objective-based players, or they'd try and put like one really strong player on a team with, 5 other not-so-strong players, and maybe that's true, maybe it's not, maybe I'm just really unlucky, but it feels like my whole Call of Duty life, when I'm playing alone on domination, my team will never capture the B flag first. And, obviously I take some blame for that. It should be my, if you want to cap the B flag, it's your responsibility to get on the flag and cap the B flag. And you'll see I do that, and I try to do that a lot, but a lot of times it feels like I try to do that in the beginning, and I'll get shot down, and then they'll cap B, and you know, I'm the guy cussing on his mic, like, "What are you doing, team?" etc., etc. And so I've developed a strategy over a long period of time where if I feel like we're losing in the beginning, I'll try and win the game with my kill streaks. And it worked out great in Black Ops 1 because, again, you call in Blackbird and dogs, and you basically have free reign over the map. Or if you had dogs and chopper gunner, you know, it'd be very hard to lose. It didn't work so great in Modern Warfare 3. And I think that's because I mean, I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because kill streaks were so much easier to shoot down, whereas, you know, like the most powerful kill streaks in Modern Warfare 3 could still be shot down. The Osprey Gunner, AC-130, etc., etc. Whereas swarms, dogs, you can't shoot those down. You can defend yourself from the dogs in the swarm, but even if you do that, you're taking yourself out of the game, right? Because you can't defend the B flag and defend yourself from dogs and swarm at the same time. And so, not so much in Modern Warfare 3, but in Black Ops 1 and in Black Ops 2, kill streaks win games. And if you're a solo player, like I am, you know, a lot of the time I'm lone wolfing it just because I play this game loads more than any of my friends do, then I would, you know, recommend, you know, trying to rely on your kill streaks. And I don't want to say camp like a jerk and build your kill streaks, even if it takes, you know, half a match of domination to get a 9 kill streak. But prioritize the kill streaks over necessarily mindlessly jumping on the B flag if you're playing by yourself. Now, it's a different dynamic if you have a team, but if you're by yourself, I highly recommend, you know, prioritizing your kill streaks. And even if it's not dog swarm, you know, even if the VSAT is your top kill streak, if you call in continuously UAVs, counter UAVs, orbital VSATs, you know, if those are your 3 kill streaks and none of them even kill anyone, but you're just calling those in for your team, when you give your team that opportunity, they'll rise to the challenge. You know what I mean? If you call in an orbital VSAT, your team will hunt down the enemy. Because it's in their own self-interest. You know, they'll see, oh, I want those kills, and so they'll suddenly get aggressive. Whereas before, either they were playing like cowards, or they just didn't have the skill to defeat the enemy without knowing exactly where they are. And that's, you know, a lot of the time, and you'll hear XCal talk about this, how the UAV and the orbital VSAT, instant skill for anyone who has it on their side. And that's true, you know. You give my 9-year-old brother an orbital VSAT, and he will, you know, he'll bring you a victory, because it is instant skill. You know exactly where the enemy is, and that's what winning a gunfight really comes down to, is location, location, location. Because even if you have, you know, better aim and better reaction time than somebody, if all you can see is their head poking over a rock, you're probably going to lose that gunfight. You know, this isn't the same with Halo. Halo really comes down to reaction time, aim, and, you know, sort of millisecond decision making. But this game, Call of Duty, is about location. It's about positioning. It's about being behind the right cover and anticipating where the enemy will be. It's about predicting spawns, you know, things like that. And so UAVs, counter UAVs, orbital VSATs, just as useful as these kill streaks that get kills. I like the kill streaks that get kills just because ultimately for me that's the most satisfying feeling in this game, you know, when you call in the dogs and the VSAT at the same time, and suddenly there's just this fat stack list of like plus 50, plus 15, plus 20 for the VSAT assists, the dog kills, etc., etc., etc. That's when I get, you know, the most high off this game, if that makes sense. And so keep those things in mind, you know, while you're playing Black Ops 2. More to come. I intend to release a video every day, continuously, till death do us part. I hope you were able to enjoy this little bit of Call of Duty. This is Batman, signing out.